SN95 Owner's Guide, we're going to show you the cheapest rear seat delete you can possibly do. Hello and welcome. This is the SN95 Owner's Guide. I'm Darren. This is Shawn. We are joined again with the Sixer in the background, and we are going to try and recover some of the weight that we've gained in the subframe connectors we installed a few episodes ago. If you haven't seen that, go back and take a look. It is an excellent upgrade and breathed a whole new life into this otherwise tired, rust bucket, structurally unsound car.
It's structurally sound now.
Yeah, it's much better. So Shawn, what have we chosen to do to fix up this weight gain? What are we doing?
We pulled the back seats out.
Right. So the back seats represent about anywhere from 38 to 50 pounds. I've done it on my own vehicle. Jesse does it for drag racing from time to time. You know, it's definitely a good thing to do, so long as you don't have any people to put back there. If you have kids, this isn't going to work for you. If you really hate your friends and you like cramming them back there on long trips, I did that to Shawn one time on a mountain trip.
500 kilometers in the back of a car. My head is like this because it doesn't work. Yeah,
Shawn doesn't fit in the back of an SN95. No. That should go without saying, but hey, he really wanted to go on the trip. We had a really great time. But there's no room for the adult seats in the front. Shawn ended up in the back. So if you carry passengers, if you carry children, or you really like your seats, this is not for you. But if you like lighter weight, race car looks, and you don't like to spend a lot of money, this is right up your alley.
Or if you believe like I do that Mustangs just shouldn't have a back seat.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. So we've got some parts. We've got a real quick install for you, and we will get to it. Okay, Shawn, so on our first step towards weight reduction on the Sixer here,
yep,
I'm going to pull the back seats out.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, first thing you need to do is get the seats out of the way, especially if you're a big guy. And then you crawl in. Once you're in here, unhook your seat belts if you have them hooked up. There's two tabs, one under here, one under here. You get them tabs loose, lift the front of the seat up. Now this car was a bugger last time.
Yeah, we've had the seats out of it before for a deep clean and to make sure there's nothing suspicious in there.
Yeah, you can feel the button that you need to push, but this one I remember was particularly...
They are stubborn, and you kind of got to push in and pop it up. See that there? That is what you have to get rid of. Punch in that.
Stick.
Sure can.
Got her.
Well, that wasn't too bad.
Way easier than last time.
Yes.
Now you just grab this thing. It reclipped on this side.
Ah, that's funny.
There we are. Grab this thing, lift. The buckles will come right out through. And then you take this and you throw it past the cameraman.
So at this point, you can basically see what we've got in the back. We've got our seat belts. We've got mysterious things. We've got that speaker wire that goes nowhere. I don't know.
This thing used to have a banging stereo in it.
Stereos suck, especially aftermarket ones.
Oh, God, yeah. Terrible.
Hack wiring. So that is basically 7 pounds. I know that cushion feels like nothing, but when I deleted the seat on my GTS, that scaled out to 7 pounds, surprisingly.
Yeah, this one is a bit more money. That's where all the weight is.
Yeah, exactly. This section here is about 44 pounds because it's got a fold-down mechanism, it's got some supporting bracketry, and it comes out super easy.
Yep, some bolts. We'll grab tools. We'll unbolt her.
All right, with the bottom cushion out of the way, now we're onto the top one, right?
Yep. First thing to do is fold seats down. Want to remove the halo off the top. Normally, there's 3 bolts. 1, 2, 3. This is 1 because $100 beater.
It's called the Sixer now, remember?
That's right. But she was originally a $100 beater. That's why it's missing pieces. And these just lift up and out, as you see, nice and easy.
Now, on my GTS, I chose to leave mine uninstalled, but I also did put in a back piece and and change things up a little bit. But with this one, I think we'll put it back in just so it looks a little bit more finished.
Yep. And once you get these off, you see why we pulled the halo. So we can get them 2 bolts. They hold the top harness piece. Then we do have some bolts underneath here. We'll get them ones first. So they go back up. Reach down in.
So that's your lower mounting tab?
Yep. Then we have another one right here. And we should let it be noted that you can do this at the drag strip.
Yeah, actually, Jesse. Yep, with his 94 Mustang Yellow Bastard.
Although funny enough, he would show up at the drag strip, tear everything out of his car. That included garbage, McDonald's, everything. His booster cables, spare, tools, seat, passenger seat, everything. Leave it in a pile in the grass beside the drag strip. Race all night, bolt it back in at the end of the night and drive home.
Yeah. Aside from there's that one time he forgot the
Everything?
contents of his trunk. So he forgot his spare, his jack, his carpet, and everything.
Booster cables, spare plug wires, everything Jesse carried.
Yeah, I forgot all of it at the drag strip. It lived there like a month and no one touched it. It was cool.
He come back and picked it up and it was all good.
Yeah. We're going to have to do a featurette on Jesse's 94 Yellow Bastard someday.
Yeah, and it's how it sits.
Yeah, its current state's not cool, but it's got a really good story leading up to that point anyway.
Yes.
So now with the bolts out, it's pretty straightforward. This is the heavy bit.
Yeah.
And you just feed that out to the cameraman.
Out to the cameraman. Garbage.
There it is. Pile of shame.
Yep. You know what? That top piece is not going to bolt in no more.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
We may be able to make it work. Let's see. So why can't we just put that back in, do a spacer, drill a hole.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, we'll put some spacers in behind. We'll drill some holes and we'll fix it.
Sure. So at this point, your rear seat is indeed deleted, and this is maximum weight reduction, especially if you throw away the headrest there, or the halo.
Yep. You could, if you wanted, pull the seat belts.
Sure.
This might happen yet. We might also pull them as simply as...
Well, I don't want to cut and slash. But yes, if you're doing pure race car, never to go back on the street kind of thing, yep, cut them.
If you're full race car and never go back on the street, you probably should pull this stuff out so you can get the mechanism. That's another ½ pound.
Sure. But in this case, we're just going to leave it alone. So from here, it's a matter of what do you want to do to finish this?
That's right.
Is what we have done is we've gone with the most cost-effective option aside from doing nothing.
Yep.
And we've gone to the junkyard and we found a piece of trunk carpet that didn't have the support board still installed.
That's right.
Right, dead simple. They didn't even charge us for it. They're like, whatever, get rid of it. We don't care. And we are just going to basically lay this in here to cover the little bit
of the shame.
Yeah, most of the shame. Just hide it away.
Yeah, we're kind of testing a little bit. We don't know how far over it'll cover, but it'll cover enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And with my own car, I built a full wood and carpet seat delete and hinged it so it folded. And
it gave you some storage totes too.
Yeah, I can put some tools in there and stuff like that. But for Sean's car, for the 6er here, we're just going to throw some carpet over top and kind of tie it in.
Water beetle.
Cool.
Yeah.
There's always mysterious stuff in the bottom of one of these.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing we have to do is lay in some upholstery and see about tying it in. So we will cut to that. Okay, so we had a little bit of a rethink on how to make this nice and tidy, and we pulled out the seat belts, the additional soundproofing, and we uninstalled the shoulder belts with a sharp knife.
That one.
This one there. So that was what Sean used to pull those out. So now we're ready to throw our bit of carpeting in. And this is not going to fit 100%. We're just flat out going to tell you right away.
But we're doing this on the cheap.
On the super cheap, because...
that's what this is. That's the whole nature of this build.
Yeah, there's things you can spend money on, and a chunk of carpet is not something Sean's particularly passionate about. But of course, there's lots of providers selling really fancy and really nice rear seat deletes. This one is kind of like a 95 Cobra R delete, less the blanking plate that they used.
This is actually a milestone for me. I'm installing extra carpet in a vehicle.
Shawn always uninstalls carpet, actually, historically. So for securement, is what we're going to do is we're going to reuse the factory lower seat mounts, which are also the carpet clamp.
Yep.
I'm going to pop those off, and then we're going to tuck the overlapping edge of our trunk carpet, which is now our delete carpet, underneath, so the dark spot will be on the dark side, and the light spot will be on the light side. You know, it's not a perfect color match, but hey, we don't care.
This one here is the original carpet from this car, though.
It is.
So it is, you know, it's Ford OEM stuff.
Sure.
So tuck it up underneath so you get the edges of the black coming through, so you know you overlaid her. Make sure that you're about centered, so you got about the same amount of materials. Pull her through till she tucks. You never really want to tuck, but you tuck.
Shake, 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 shake.
Lock that back down.
All right, so throw that clamp over, make sure everything's all where it's going to be.
Yeah, make sure she's tucked. We just covered this.
Mm-hmm.
There, that locks the carpet in.
Okay, so that's how it's locked in on the front side. Now we've just basically got to move it around and fix it where we want it. And we will cut to that when it's all said and done, because every car is going to be a little different. Every chunk of carpet is going to be a bit different. But we'll show you the finished product in a minute as Shawn apes around in the back of a Mustang, a place where he doesn't belong.
That hurts. I got cramp. After some fiddling around, we figured out what we're going to do. To make this fit as good as it possibly can, we are going to bolt it back down in. Just trim some holes with a knife, bolt her in. Also, make sure you take a hammer and knock these tabs flat. There's one on each side. Once the tabs are flat, kind of overlay it. I've already pre-cut this to simplify things. Put them down over the holes. We will... Remember, we're not trying to make a show car here. This is to be done on the strictest of strict budgets. If this can hold a seatbelt in, I'm sure it'll hold the carpet.
I don't think the structural integrity of those bolts is in question when it comes to holding the carpet down.
So then we're going to overlay it. See, it'll pull kind of good. It'll sit a bit great. The interesting thing we found is the carpet is not even side to side. Different shapes and stuff. But it'll be good enough. We're now going to trim it along here so that it underlays the other carpet. Then we'll drill some holes and we'll pop rivet it in place, lock her all down.
Should be good to go.
Yep. So this is the final install. To wrap up what we did, remove the seats, all the junk, remove seat belts, all that crap. We loosened these, tucked the carpet up underneath, locked them down, pushed everything in flat, cut holes, bolted the carpet down to give it a locating pin so the carpet doesn't move around. Then we tucked it underneath the plastic where we could. We overlaid, marked, we cut it off short so it'll tuck underneath. We brought this piece over, we drilled, we pop riveted. We made sure we didn't hit any fuel lines or anything. At least we think we did. After that, this piece is back in. We just used a nut as a spacer. Bring it out a ½ inch, some self-tapping screws. Locks it back in, it ain't going nowhere. And that's a cheap as free rear seat delete. Doesn't cost us $150, $200 plus shipping or any of that jazz. And looks better than just having nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Should be good to go. All right, and there you go. That is the cheapest possible way to do a rear seat delete. You simply take it out and install some Junkyard carpet. If you want something show car or fancy, there are definitely lots of providers online that'll sell you a very expensive kit. Those are generally excellent, but they're big to ship, they're kind of expensive, and not at all in the theme of this build.
And they actually do weigh a bit.
They do. It's not a freebie. So for us...
You're putting about 10 pounds back in.
Yeah, so your weight savings, you lose a little bit here or there, and that's important as well to consider. So that pretty much wraps this one up. It was dead simple. If you've never taken the back seats out, it's dead easy. Pop them out, throw them away, go for a race. I bet you might keep them out.
Yep.
Yep, we certainly did. They're not in my 95. They're not in Shawn's 95. That's 2 for 2. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time.